Well, welcome back to the Token Talk Show with your host Tim King. We're going to talk about the worst place you can lose your debit card. I think the worst place to lose a debit card would be the crevice of the couch or bed. Because like it's like the infinity. Like you're outer space or something. It's like the black hole of the couch. You know, one one false swoop. It's like the outer space, the black hole of the couch. Bye bye credit cards. Bye bye TV remotes. Bye bye the like tools and everything. You know, it's weird. Like dog toys, if you have dogs or something, could buy the chewies for dogs and stuff. Like the black hole of death, basically. The couches. Weird. Just like that's like our society right now. Um, it's a black hole of death right now. I call it. Um, that's what's really killing our world. I say is a radical lefts and radical rights. They're our black hole of America per se. They swallow us up, you know, and say who you want to fight for, the right or the left. Why can't we just choose the middle? And why do we have to divide and conquer? That's what my thoughts. What are your thoughts on that? Why should we divide and conquer? Why should we have to pick? It's just like losing a credit card or something on a couch. That's how I look at it. Um, to me, United States of America used to represent, one united. We're united. We work together as one. Now it's me, myself, and I. I gotta do this. I need to do this for myself. Yeah, you need to do it for yourself. But what about others out there for you to learn by? Um, I put some notes on my paper here. It's like United States of America. What do you think united means in the United States of America? What does that mean to you? United means to me, as a nation, we come together and talk about our feelings and come together as one, not separate each other like we are doing now. That's what the politics want. Why are we showing that for the politics? Um, you know, we should stand as one nation. That's why it says we stand as one. As one nation under God. We stand as one nation under God. Not just we under United we stand under us and that's it. No. It's not now it's not now, it's I stand myself and I. It's not that. You need people to help you through life. It's stuff like that. So we just got to, it's like last weekend when those radical lefts, I call them, go into a church service and, come on, go in there and interrupt church service. It's ridiculous. Now they're going to get charged with if you guys look it up, they're going to get charged with KKK crime. You know, they're going to get charged with that. It's horrible. Like, why is our nation coming to this, guys? Let's work together. This shit. United States of America, let's get our shit together. We, the people, have to come back to unite as one. That's why we have United States, because we are one. You know, I know some people think we're just two parties and that's it. We're two parties and that's it. We just gotta split off in two parties and that's it. You know, two parties and that's it. Let's go troll the left and let's go troll the right. You know, let's meet the middle ground, people. Enough trolling it is, you know. Let's troll this guy over there and let's get him hot-headed and everything and see if he can have a stroke or not. And point fingers at him, say, I made him have a heart attack, guys. Look at him, you know. Most of these people are old and in their 50s and 60s and 70s and 80s, you know, and they don't have a job. Or most of them do have a job and they don't want to go to that job. Most of them are getting paid to go on strike. It's ridiculous. Come on. Get with the program, people, and go to work. You know, and if you are tuning in, this is the Toke and Talk Show with your host, Tim King. You're truly Tim King, right here, the star of this show. You know, it's like, you know, we're so, like I said, this nation is a black hole, just like our couch is swallowing up our stuff that we have sitting around our house. Imagine that. Credit cards and stuff, you know, we're spot. If you're not, I'm just trying to catch up people, you know, who's never here. You know, the worst spot you can sit your credit card is your crevice of your couch. You know why? That's a black hole. Because you're going to lose it, like everything else in that couch. You know, people follow up in the Twin Cities on Fox News. I saw protesters are still kind of clashing with the feds, you know, since January 16th. They're thinking of still putting the, you know, I think National Guard still out there. But who knows? You know, so if you're going to go out there and spray paint vehicles, make sure it's the right vehicle you're going to spray paint. If not, do not go out there and spray paint somebody else's vehicle. It's ridiculous. Even if it's a Fed, if it's not the Feds, if it's, you know, it's just ridiculous. Grow up. You know, this strike is going too long. Grow the fuck up, people. You know, sorry for the swear words and stuff like that, but for real, grow the F up. You know, it's just like, it's time to grow up. You know, because Trump is getting sick and tired of it. He's saying that he needs probably to invoke a century invoke a very old, centuries old law known as the Insurrection Act to send troops into Minnesota, the Twin Cities, basically. They'll bring up to major escalations between the federal government and state. Trump saying that if the protesters get in the way, if, that's a big if, guys. If the protesters get in the way of the ICE agents and still going on, they will pull the trigger. Come on, pull the trigger. No. Pull the trigger, like basically pull the trigger on for like the troops to move in and stuff like that. Not literally like pull the trigger on the gun or anything. Come on, use your brains. They will pull the trigger on basically put mobile troops inside Minnesota. So it's just like, watch your back, watch your tones, P's and Q's with the officers out there with the ICE agents. Give the ICE agents room. Do not, show violence against the ICE agents. Plain as day, like, sub, comments, comment below. What was the worst spot you lost your credit card at, debit card, anything you lost in your lifetime? The worst spot ever, Where do you think Trump will land up in this situation in Minnesota, the Twin Cities, basically? If they are deploying troops, tell me. If they are not, please put your opinions in. I would love to have anybody with feedback, that's what the comments are for. Sorry for the because it's a paper here, it's just like, what do you think is killing this world? 'Cause I think the radical lefts and the radical rights are destroying this world. Like I said, they're the black hole of our nation. Just like losing our debit card and everything else in this, losing stuff. So that's all I gotta say for tonight. So thank you for joining me for the Token Talk Show with your host, Tim King. Yes, that's right, Tim King, the star, right here. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for joining.